Today's video we're going to talk about Wind Marshal Cap Naomi. She is by far the best 4-star damage dealer in the game for PvE. We're going to do some damage tests on her today, and I'm going to tell you how to build her. If you like all my videos and like my content, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy dingy thing so you know when I post a video. Let's go, baby. Tip of the day. Rune management in this game is kind of a mess. I've talked about how it needs to be improved in one of my past videos recently. If you're familiar with Summoners War Sky Arena, they have a really good grounded rune management system. In swapping runes between monsters, it's just easier to optimize your monster and stats. Fortunately, Chronicles doesn't have something like that yet. However, really the best way you can go about this is in the preset runes. Once you click on preset and your monster already has runes on them, you can go to any preset you want and click on the AB button. The AB button will show the previous equipped runes and then the new runes. Here you can compare what's better and what's not, or whatever goal you are trying to accomplish. The more you know. Alright, Miss Naomi. She is by far the best 4-star damage dealer in the game that you can get. Early game, mid game for free to play. And honestly, even late game. Because free to play, you're not going to have max book effects. If you really focus on Altar's Blessing, that you probably could, but it comes over time. But Naomi is super good because she's very easy to build. Let's talk about her real quick. Nothing special about her basic attack. What makes Naomi shine on Soul Link and off of Soul Link is A, both of her skills are a 3 mana cost 20-second cooldown. As a Soul Link, you're just spamming one skill, which is her first skill because it has the crit damage taken up debuff that goes on the enemy. Plus, if it is a boss that she's attacking, which it always is, that's what you use her for in PvE, she's going to apply an attack down, an extra debuff. So you're just spamming that skill on Soul Link. You have the mana resource to deal with. Now off of Soul Link, she's using both of her skills, which is good. She will apply another debuff, which is a bleed. They both have the same damage modifier. Now what makes Naomi so amazing is her passive. Her passive increases her crit rate and crit damage based on the number of harmful effects on the target. And this is only when dealing damage with skills. If this worked on her basic too, she would be the queen of damage, I swear. Because she's so easy to build. So per target's harmful effect, her crit rate goes up by 15%. On average, just with dungeons by yourself, you're going to have at least 4 debuffs. 99% of the time. That's 60% crit just from her passive. So what that means is you only really need to build her with 40% crit. There's going to be a situation when Naomi's not good. If you start blowing her skills when there's no debuffs, or on bosses that cleanse all their debuffs. Other than those mechanics, which are very rare, she is the best single target damage for free to play as a 4-star. She will get you through all PvE content. Another thing to mention is per target's harmful effect, she gets 20% more crit damage. So with this passive alone, you have crit rate and crit damage already built into Naomi per target's harmful effect. So what you want to focus on first is attack. This is what she lacks. She has low base attack. Attack is the most important stat for Naomi. If you can get crit damage in there as well, that would be your second choice for stats. Third would be accuracy, and fourth would be crit rate. But you really do not need to focus on crit rate. Then you can get into survivability stats later if you really need to, but really just focus on attack, crit damage, and then a little bit of accuracy. But don't even focus on that. Just worry about attack and crit damage. But attack mainly, you get it, attack, 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 attack. So optimally, what is the best rune set for her? We're going to do some tests to figure this out. But in my opinion, before the tests, I think Fatal set is the best set for Naomi. People probably say Rage, but I'm going to tell you Fatal. But we're going to test this. She also benefits better from flat attack main stats. It really just depends on your substats. The secondary runes don't even need to be a match. as long as you have Fatal. This is what I currently use. 5,700 attack with only 147 crit damage. And this is because if there's 4 debuffs, I'm getting 80% more crit damage, so it's going up to 220. And this is with a flat attack main stat in 2, also in 4, and also in 6. Oh my goodness, Barcode, you leveled flat main stats. Yes, I did. As you see in the substats, I have an S5 attack percent, 34.4%. There's also crit damage there. It's a despair rune, it's the broken set on it, but that is the best rune that I have for Naomi. Here's another flat main stat in 2. It also has 3 roll and attack percent, and it also has crit damage. I've messed with these runes a ton. This is a full attack set. This set really focuses in on attack. This is one of the sets we're going to test. I also have this balanced Fatal set, which has 500 less attack, but it has more crit damage. It has 50% more crit damage. I also have this set that we're going to test is a lot lower attack, but it's more crit damage. So is a rage set with lower attack better? Or is lower crit damage with a little bit more attack better? Here's another rage set that I'm going to test as well. 4 different sets, 4 different scenarios. So this is how I'm going to test it. I'm doing a neutral raid boss. I'm using Helia for the defense break and the damage taken up. I'm using Megan for the attack buff and an extra debuff of evasion down. I'm using Dark Orbia for the heal block debuff, the poison debuff, and a movement speed debuff. It also applies res down as well. We're going to use Naomi's first skill to apply crit damage taken up on the boss, and then we're going to see how much damage she can do. So this first set is going to be around 3,500 attack with 250 crit damage. A rage set that I can get my crit damage as high as possible. Let me get this up here, get a crit damage taken up debuff on, and then let's see, 123,394. 125,000. Let's just see if we can max this out. 129,195. All right, next is going to be a little bit higher attack, 4,158 attack on rage, which gets 195 crit damage. So a little bit higher attack, a little bit less crit damage. Let's defense break 2 with crit damage taken, 142,000. There we go. That's more like it. With the higher attack and about 50% less crit damage, 153,000, 149,000. Okay, so we're getting to the cap for this rune set. All right, this next set is going to be a Fatal broken set, but more focused on crit damage. 5,100 attack with 193% crit damage. This is Fatal now, not going towards Rage Blade, but this is crit damage in slot 4. Instead of doing attack. The next set will have attack on slot 4. But this build definitely should do more because it has about the same amount of crit damage as the last set, but has more attack. So really, I don't even think we really need to test this, but I'm going to anyway just for purposes. I'm going to get the crit damage taken, debuff down. There we go. Do we have a defense break? There we go. 174,000, 181,000, 188,000. That's with the 4 stacks of crit damage buff. Already putting in work. 198,000, 198,000, almost 200k. All right, last but not least is another full Fatal set, but this is strictly focusing on attack. It has 600 more attack. It has slot 4 attack. It has 50% less crit damage though. But theory crafting Naomi, for me, if I focus more on attack, I'm getting crit damage from her passive. But how much attack is too much compared to crit damage being lowered? That's what we're trying to find out. I think it's probably better to have more of a balance. But what is 600 more attack compared to 50% more crit damage? We're about to find out now. Alright, let's go. We're going to get all these debuffs on. We're going to get 1 stack of crit damage taken up, which we do. We got lots of debuffs here. Let's see what we got. 166,000, 172,000, 180,000. I don't know. I think the balanced build is actually better. 188,000. Man, I wish I could put more debuffs on, like manually, that would be nice. That would be really nice. 169, yeah, it looks like the more balanced effect is actually going to be better. So in conclusion with my testing, going a rage set just focusing on crit damage alone is not the best for Naomi. She needs that attack. But focusing just on attack percent for Naomi, relying on the debuffs for crit damage alone, is actually not the best either. Because Naomi needs high attack because she's a 4-star monster, has lower attack base stat, Fatal, in my opinion, is the best set, especially when you can use flat main stats to get to your goal. In slot 2, flat main stat, looking for attack substats and crit damage substats. Because we're using the Fatal set, I am using a crit damage slot 4 with attack substat as well. This rune can get tremendously better over time when I pull a crit damage slot 4 with one that actually has an attack percent as a substat. And slot 6 is also flat attack with a high attack percentage as a substat. Also's got that crit damage substat there. And in slot 1, 3, and 5, I'm really just looking for substats that have attack percent and crit damage. This is 30% crit damage and 7.8% attack. Slot 3, I got 20% crit damage, but you can't get an attack percent in this substat. And slot 5 is attack and crit damage again. So overall build, go Fatal 4 set. The other 2 set does not have to match. You just want those great substats. Don't focus on crit rate, focus on attack and crit damage. And that's it for today's video. I just wanted to test the best 4-star damage dealer in different builds, so I can explain on how to build it. If you like all my videos and like my content, sub, like, ding ding a bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!